What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka New York Prepper. I wanted to show you guys my fire starting kit. I've never actually shown this before on my channel. I've covered it a little bit in my bug out bag video from like 2 years ago, but I wanted to just show you my fire kit. Okay, this is not my tinder sources. These are just tools that I would use to actually start a fire. Alright, this is not my tinder kit, which I'll do a separate video on that. I keep a small kit with different types of tinder in it. Alright, I keep magnesium shavings, I keep cotton balls, and a couple other things, and that's separate. Alright, this is my actual fire starting kit, which has the actual tools that I need to create a spark or create a flame to get a fire going and to light my tinder. All right, so what you see on the left here, this is my actual kit. Okay, this is a Condor, I think it's a Condor gadget pouch. All right, in OD green, just has a single strap of Molly webbing here. Okay, so I can attach this to the outside of my bug out bag or my hiking bag. Okay, which is the reason why I put it in this pouch. I wanted it on the outside, and the reason why is because if there's a real emergency where I really have to get a fire going quickly, you know, if I'm hypothermic or I'm starting to get frostbite and I need to get a fire going very quickly, or somebody in my group is getting hypothermic or they have frostbite, I don't want to have to dig around in my pack to find my fire kit. I want it to be readily available. Okay, that's why I have it in this pouch, so I can attach this to my bug out bag, and it's everything that I need is right on the outside. I don't have to go digging around for anything. All right, so the first thing, the way that this pouch is designed, it has this pocket on the outside, and then it has a zipper pocket. On the outside here, I have what I consider to be the thing that I would use if I really needed to get a fire going super quickly. All right, in wet conditions, and that's just a container here with stormproof matches. Okay, this is the Exotac stormproof match case. It's an aluminum case, and it has an O-ring seal on it, so it keeps everything dry inside. If you want to check that out, Match Cap XL. All right. It has a striking surface on the bottom here. It's just a little bit of sandpaper. And inside I have stormproof matches, about 20 stormproof matches, okay? Each one of these stormproof matches can burn for 30 seconds in any condition pretty much, okay? So, you know, I could literally burn this in the rain, okay? So this is right on the outside of the pouch. That's the first thing I'm going to go to. That's why it's on the outside. I want it to be easily accessible, all right? And that's why I have it on the outside here. And I really like this Condor gadget pouch for a fire kit. I think it's excellent. All right, so that's what I have on the outside. And we'll open the inside up now, and I'll show you what the inside has. Okay, so got the zipper pouch here, and inside you'll notice I have some spare strikers. Okay, I have 5 spare strikers in here. I have 2 of these kinds, and I have 3 of these other kinds. So 5 spare strikers. I have 3 Fresnel lenses here. All right, if you've never seen a Fresnel lens, that's basically just it's like a plastic magnifying glass essentially that you can use in the sun to start a fire. All right, so I have 3 of these inside here. Okay, and that's not the main event though. All right, I also have a charging cord, which I'll get into in a minute. This is for my electronic fire starter. All right, here on the inside I have a Bic lighter. All right, I have a Bic lighter, but what I have it in this Exotac lighter sheath. All right, and the reason why I have it in the lighter sheath, and I'll explain that in a second. You want to have it in this sheath here, because what can happen is if you just throw a lighter into your survival kit, okay, if this button here gets depressed inside of your pack, if something sits on top of it and pushes it down, it's going to release all the gas out of the lighter, okay? So when you need it, let's say you had this lighter in your bag and you just had the plain lighter in there, you know, if something was sitting on top of it and it had this button pushed down, it's going to release all the gas out, and then when you need to use it, it's obviously going to be empty, okay? And also, it also protects, this cap here protects the you know, the area here where the flint is, and this metal part here, so it protects the lighter. All right, so this is absolutely essential, guys. If you're gonna have a Bic lighter, get yourself this Exotech Bic lighter case. All right, it's super cheap. It's probably like 10 bucks, and I just have some paracord attached so I don't lose the cap, you know. But highly recommended. I would say it's mandatory if you're gonna have a Bic lighter as a survival item in your kit. All right, so Bic lighter. And then finally, I'm gonna show you guys another thing that a lot of guys overlook in their survival kits is a electronic fire starter. Okay, so this is a tacticalgear.com fire starter. Okay, it's an electronic fire starter. All right, so basically you push the button and there's a little arc, electric arc. Okay, it has a battery and it recharges with the micro USB port here. All right, basically a standard, you know, cell phone type charger. You plug that in, and then you plug this into your you know, whatever your power source is. I plan to use this with my rechargeable battery bank that I keep with me anytime I go into the wilderness or in my bug out bag. It's the OutZ 10,000 milliamp battery bank, okay, and then I can recharge this if I need to. But I want to just explain to you why it's good to have this electronic, you know, fire starter in your kit. You know, you want to have a diversity of items in your kit. You don't want to have just one way to start a fire. And let me just get my matches out to explain. The nice thing about the electronic fire starter is that I can recharge this, you know, over and over and over again. Okay, versus the Bic lighter, once you use the Bic lighter up, it's useless. All right, so the electronic fire starter gives me the ability to have a renewable fire starting source, you know, because I can just recharge this when this thing dies. All I got to do is just plug it in and recharge the lighter. And I can start a million fires with just this one lighter. All right, I don't need a ton of things, and it is fairly weatherproof. You know, this one is sealed, as you can see. This one is sealed. You know, so I highly recommend an electronic fire starter. Another thing which I didn't actually get into yet is my fire steel. All right, and I keep that on the outside of my knife sheath. I've done reviews on my knife before. This is a Benchmade 119 Arvensis knife, okay? It is 154 cm, all right? This is my SHTF knife and also my survival knife. I keep that knife in here, and on the outside of my sheath, I have a big fire steel, okay? This is a Bayite 6-inch by 1/2-inch fire steel, all right? And so I keep this one on the outside of my sheath, all right, so it's readily accessible, all right? And I'll show you guys the sparks that this thing throws is incredible. You know, so I keep a fire steel on the outside of my knife sheath, all right? And then I also carry a backup fire steel, a fresh one that I haven't used, and I keep that in my rucksack, okay? All right, so basically you're looking at my whole kit here. As you see, it's not too much crap. It's very small, very lightweight. All right, just with the fire steel alone, I can start a million fires with this if I know what I'm doing and I have good tinder sources, you know. So even just with this big fire steel, I could easily survive just with the fire steel alone, all right, and my knife. But if I really want to be cautious, you know, carrying a couple extra items will easily, you know, improve my ability to start a fire. So you know, like I said, I have my stormproof matches. Okay, stormproof matches, Bic lighter, and then my electronic lighter here. All right, and then my Fresnel lenses. Okay, so as you see, I have a diversity of sources here. Okay, I have my fire steel, which is pretty much weatherproof. You can get a spark from a fire steel in any condition, so this is basically the most bomb-proof thing here. Then I have matches. All right, I have a Bic lighter, I have an electronic lighter, and then I have a solar method to start a fire with solar. Okay, so you want to have a diversity of items in your fire kit. All right, because if one fails, you have other types of sources to start a fire. You know, if your Bic lighter fails or you run out, you got the matches. If your matches run out, you got the rechargeable electronic lighter, you know, that I can recharge. You know, if those don't work, I got this, you know, the Fresnel lenses. All right, if it's a sunny day. And then obviously the fire steel, you know, that's always going to be there. And then I also carry a backup fire steel as well. All right, and then you always want to carry spare strikers with you. You can use the back of your knife, but if you use the back of your knife, you're going to wear out your knife possibly, and it just doesn't work as effectively. You know, so I also carry a spare O-ring for my case here. All right, a spare O-ring and a spare striker surface. All right, but you know, you want to have a variety, a diversity of different things. All right, so you know, that's pretty much it, guys. You know, set up your fire kit. I recommend you set it up similar to the way I have it. You want to have a variety of different methods to start a fire. Here I have 5 different methods. All right, fire steel, stormproof matches, electronic lighter, Bic lighter, and Fresnel lenses. That gives me 5 options. Okay, depending on the situation, depending on the weather conditions, I can pretty much get a fire going in any situation. All right, and that's why you want to have a variety of different things. In addition to that, I also carry a small flare, okay, which I don't have here because I don't consider that my fire kit. Excuse me, but I do have a small flare, an Orion signal flare, and I keep 2 of them. Sorry. I keep 2 of the flares, okay, one for signaling and then one for a absolute emergency fire start, okay. And I don't have those on camera now, but I will do a video on those separately, and I'll probably do like a test. All right, I'll test the flares to see how they work and show you guys how well they work. But this is pretty much my fire kit, you know. So you want to have a diversity of things to start your fire. You don't want to just have, you know, one Bic lighter, you know, or you know, one fire steel. You want to have a variety of different things, and like I said, also remember to carry spare strikers with you. All right, these strikers are super cheap, and there's no reason to use the back of your knife. It's not as efficient, all right, because the knife is huge. All right, if I have to start a fire with this knife, it's just a lot harder to work with, you know, especially if I have you know, depending on how my tinder bundle is set up, it's just not as effective, and it's, you know, more difficult to control. You know, a small striker like this will make your life a lot easier with the fire steel. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed my my video here about my fire kit, and I look forward to bringing you more videos, and maybe I'll show you guys how I use this fire kit in a future video and start some fires with it. All right, so take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.